Okay, so if you missed it, I'm just gonna give you a brief, description of what the topic about was on today's podcast on here. No pseudo, speak no pseudo. Okay, so today we tackled conspiracy theories, like why conspiracy theories dangerous, and it was just a lot of things. Basically, I gave like a brief history of conspiracy theories. I gave an example of some early conspiracy theories, like with a Roman emperor named Nero, who they said faked his death and went west or something, and people were scared he was going to return and all this stuff. And then talked about John F. Kennedy assassination briefly, and I went into some examples of how people have all these different conspiracy theories of how he died or how he was assassinated, and the guy that assassinated him was assassinated. And just like over time, why conspiracy theories are so popular now is because of social media. Social media plays a big part in conspiracy theories now, and as I said on the podcast today, 1/3 of Americans are obsessed, not believe, but are obsessed with conspiracy theories. And there's also a interesting documentary that and there's also an interesting documentary that is called Conspiracy, that's actually on, what was it, Netflix or Tubi? It was Tubi. It was Tubi. Tubi, Tubi TV. There's an interesting documentary called Conspiracy. So I forgot to mention that in the podcast, by the way.
And we talked about Kobe. So
oh yeah, well that's
Kobe,
what
that
inspired.
was the main.
Yeah, that was it. That's what inspired the actual episode was Kobe Bryant and his daughter and the other passengers, their death this past Sunday, and it's just social media has been flooded with conspiracy theories on they killed Kobe because a pharmaceutical company was suing him for using the name, and he sacrificed. I seen one today where they said he had to pay his sacrifice and he took his daughter with him for the Illuminati. That's what I saw
just
today.
Disrespectful.
Stupid.
And does not make any sense. And on top of that, I've seen people say, what did they say? F Kobe. F Kobe. He ain't did nothing for the black community. He don't have no, baby, you putting this way up in my face. He don't have no, he wasn't married to a black woman, so, that gives us a right to say F him and his death and F all his kids. I mean, it's just, that's ridiculous. Yeah. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, we brought that up too. Just a lot of things that, like I said, people be clout chasing. They clout chase and they just say whatever they feel like they want to say, or just try to say bad things or negative things, and they feel like that will get attention for them, and it does. It works for some people. It does, because people like that negative energy. They're drawn to that negative energy, and that's what they do. They talk shit about people, and they say messed up things about them, and there's an audience. Remember, there's always an audience out there for anything
there's
that you believe in.
There's always somebody gonna back you up
or you subscribe to. Yeah. There's an audience for you. Find your audience. They're there.
Yeah, that's true.
So yeah, we just went into that, and like I said, I dabbled into some other, conspiracy theories are basically about famous people or people with a status. But I talked about an event that happened that me personally, she doesn't feel this way either. Don't feel like it was a conspiracy. Was the 9/11, like the Twin Towers, whole thing?
It was a conspiracy, but it was a conspiracy backed up by facts.
Yeah.
And factual evidence. And because there are conspiracies that are backed up by facts, and there's like what would be reasonable, what is it? Like What am I trying to say? There's a
You lost
reason.
me.
There's a reason why they have this conspiracy theory, and we can say, oh, okay, this is
Oh
why.
yeah,
Blah blah
because
blah.
there's a lot
Yeah, it's
of
reasonable.
information,
Right? Yeah.
facts, and like I said, people said, that were in the building at the time. And then, there was two, I forgot to bring this up, that, you know, the, who was it? Like all of these executives or like these high profile people that were scheduled to have meetings or whatever that day or that were in the building and or they didn't go to work that day.
Right.
They, like these
Yep.
high officials
Yep.
that work in the
All of a
building,
sudden,
they
it's
didn't go to
coincidence.
work that day. And then another thing was the explosion that happened before the so-called plane hit. That was like in the basement of the building.
Yeah.
It was a demolition. That's what it was. Like there was too much evidence. With the molten iron, like the frames and stuff were like melted and just disintegrated. Like that was an explosion. Anybody looking at that and as I say that that's an explosion, you need to get Stevie Wonder. That's what your name is.
Right.
You can't see.
All right, and so we say that to say that there are some conspiracy theories that have good evidence to back up why people feel that way, but most
I'm all up in your face.
I know that's why I'm like, God. But most conspiracy theories don't have that. They're just pulled out of your behind.
Yeah.
And so those are the ones. Yeah, right. So those are the ones that we are speaking about.
Yeah, and like this whole like I was saying before, social media plays a major part. Social media plays a major part in misinformation anyway, and I call it disinformation because they distance themselves from the real information. Right. So I say disinformation. Right. For people that didn't catch on what I was saying on the podcast earlier. But yeah, we are full of misinformation, and they put this misinformation out there with these satire websites and these pseudo philosophers and these pseudo scholars, like especially in the black conscious community, like it just runs rampant. And people leave Islam, Christianity, or some other religions only to fall victim to these cults like the Nuwabians, the Black Hebrew Israelites.
I think it's because they're missing that God concept. They're missing being a part of religion. So they make up things and they make up things and try to act like, oh, this is not religion, but it's all. I
don't think it's missing the God concept. I think it's basically leaving one comfortable lie for another comfortable lie.
Mm-hmm. But that's a God concept, don't you think? Like the God concept is a lie.
But cults work the same way as religions do. They work the same exact way. They have a group of followers that believe in something that makes them feel good and makes them feel important. And then, usually the head honcho or the leader is some slick talker that can talk slick and it sounds good what he's saying. And I ain't gonna say 9 times out of 10, because some of the people that do start these groups or whatever, they do have some good information, but
truth mixed with lies. Yeah.
Right, they put the bullshit in there too. Like
but the
women ain't supposed to have menstrual cycles and shit like that.
Oh yeah, women. Oh God, the women are like, what is it? Women are earths, but they're not gods. Stuff like that. Anyway, let's not get into that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we're talking about just different conspiracy theories, different reasons why these conspiracies happen. Like I was saying, death is a big thing that people fear, so they come up with reasons why somebody ain't dead. Like for example, Tupac, we hit on that, how people
and then I mentioned how nobody ever says Biggie's still alive.
Yeah,
they always say, like they just want Biggie to be dead.
But they seen Tupac at the corner store.
Like he living in Cuba.
Yeah, he's living in Cuba.
But Biggie, he dead.
But he's dead. Yeah, right. So it's because we're obsessed with immortality. We don't want to die. We don't want other people to die. So we make up things. We make up things like afterlife, or this person is cloned. We touched on Gucci Mane being cloned. Just different
Paul McCartney
things.
was cloned.
And these
President of
people,
Nigeria was cloned too.
and we have to ask ourselves, why would we waste, because it has to cost money to clone something or somebody. So why would we waste time killing this? Because people say that, for example, Gucci Mane, they killed him.
It's Gucci Mane.
Gucci Mane, Gucci Mane, Gucci. Whatever.
Gucci
Coochie Man was, first of all, he was killed, and then he was cloned. It's like, why would the government waste time with Gucci Mane? Like, why?
Because he was setting off the conspiracy of having ice cream cones tatted on your face. That's why they killed him.
Shut up. Yeah, I thought, you see. It's no reason to have Gucci Mane cloned. Like, we don't need two Gucci Manes. And the government didn't say, you know what?
Gucci Mane is such a threat.
Thing in my face,
ignorant ass music. He's a threat.
This thing is in my face.
Oh.
Okay. The government didn't just sit down and say, you know what? Let's clone Gucci Mane. Let's clone Gucci Mane.
Let's clone some icy boys.
Yeah. It's like the conspiracy theory doesn't even have to make sense, and people run with it. So.
I think Dr. Dre's a clone too.
Why?
And Eminem. No, it was Eminem, not Dr. Dre. Eminem's a clone. People were saying that Eminem was a clone.
Why? Why?
I don't remember why, but...
And they say stuff like, oh, their eyes are shifting.
Yeah, like he's a shapeshifter or something. It was something I remember people were saying about Eminem a while back.
Or if they say, like, I remember it was Beyonce. She said she was Sasha Fierce. And they said, oh, that's the clone. Or
Let's talk about the conspiracy about Beyonce's breath being stank. Let's talk
Who
about
said that?
Man, that's what people been saying that for a while now. A matter of fact, you know what? Back when they was Destiny Child, I used to say, that girl, Beyonce girl, just looked like her breath stank. And lo and behold, it's been coming out. People been saying that she got bad breath.
Shout out to the Beehive.
Shout out to the Beehive. No, this is not
I have no part in saying that Beyonce has stinky breath.
I don't know if her breath stink or not, but I know she looks like her breath stink.
Beyonce got a fan base that will kill you.
Damn.
Beyonce
is not my god, so I don't care.
But she's somebody. They got a religion. Don't they have a religion based that's dedicated to Beyonce?
Yeah, Beyonce.
Them Beehive fans are not playing. They will issue out death threats and everything else over Beyonce.
Yeah, whatever. Anyway, so be sure to tune in. You can stream the podcast on Anchor FM and on what, babe?
Spotify.
Hear
No Pseudo, Speak
Hear No Pseudo, Speak No Pseudo on Spotify and on Facebook and on...
We have a fan page and we have a group.
And then Instagram is...
And Instagram.
Speak No Pseudo on IG.
Speak No Pseudo on IG.
Of course, this is a YouTube channel.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And join my channel as well. It's The Passionate Atheist. And I'm also on Instagram as The Passionate Atheist and on YouTube.
Yeah. No Snapchat, no Twitter.
And we just started, so we don't have a whole bunch, but we...
Yeah, and besides trying to keep up with all this stuff, man, this shit is like...
It's a job.
It's too much.
Yes.
Like, we ain't nobody got time and got
kids
and
got
to eat and
but
got to wash your ass and then try to keep up with social media, all this stuff. Man, I got time for all this social
why we have time?
We don't
have time because we're speaking to an audience.
We ain't got time.
But we are speaking to an audience that needs to be heard because our audience is, we're a growing community, but... most people are in love with romanticism. So they're in love with this pseudoscience and they're in love with these religions and stuff. So, it's not many like us that are brave enough to come out and be like, look, no, I ain't down with that.
I don't care. I've been this way.
But there's other people. So we need to speak out so that we can get our community out. And because it's always, hush, hush. We don't want to offend those who believe in this and those believe in that. But they are able to speak their beliefs with no problem, so why can't we speak our facts with no problem?
Yeah, with so much satire out here, we need to.
Yeah.
I'm trying, and I always remember, facts over fiction, Science first. Hear no pseudo, speak no pseudo. Podcast streaming every week. Check it out.
Check it out.